Hey everyone, I'm Artie. Welcome back to Art of Rally, Group B in this episode. But before we start, as always, let me remind you that I play the game using keyboard. I drive and co-drive myself at the same time, but please don't treat my freestyle-based system of calls too serious. AI difficulty, master, damage level, severe, always. And I will be showing only my best runs, so first, second, third place. And of course, we are going to try and test new cars. We have visited all the locations, all the countries in Art of Rally, but I'm sure we have not rallied through all the stages. So if there is something new, of course, I'm going to show it. In any other case, it will be just highlights or time lapse, or I'm going to just skip to the finish line to show you which place I took. Group B, I said, 1982, Master Severe. And cars. Whoa, everything, no, not everything is unlocked. This one is unlocked. Wow, so, wait, let me take it in. So many cars. How can I even test it all in this group? Wow, I want to try all the cars, so I don't know what to do. I know what to do, I have an idea. Something different. We are going to exit the career and we are going to time attack mode. Germany. This stage looks good for testing. Morning. Group B cars. Friends, I have no friends. And here we are going to test all the cars from the group B. Even though this one is still locked, this one too, and this one not that it matters, but yeah, we are going to check this car also. So let's start with 4R6. This looks nice. I'm just gonna, shoot through and tell you what I think about the car. But don't expect me to go like technical about it or methodical about the cars. It's just my first impression, my opinions about the cars. Alright, so this car is heavy. I didn't expect it to be that heavy. It feels very heavy actually, and it's bigger than I thought. It's very fast. It accelerates super fast. And this makes the car, wild. It's easy to lose control and go all over the road. Also, and this is quite interesting because it never happened to me before in Art of Rally. I actually had problems with braking. I guess the car is so heavy that it makes the car brake very softly, and it takes a while to stop the car or slow it down. I cannot say it's my kind of car, and the car requires constant attention. You cannot let yourself to go crazy, risk some speed. You have to be conscious of the car all the time. It's very mind absorbing, if that makes any sense. Next one, Le 502. Let's pick you some blue. Yeah, nice. And let's do it, let's go. Little glitch on the left, but it's okay. Let's check it out. Same stage, because I want to be fair. Alright, this car feels much lighter than the previous one. It has no problems with braking. The steering can be problematic while taking narrow corners, It's quite easy to drift and it's easy to go off the road. It's easy to lose the control over the car. Sometimes it feels like the cars behind was just too heavy, like the engine was on the back, something like that. But yeah, the only pretty much thing I didn't like about the car is that wide turns taking. And it's fast. It's fast, but it's balanced. It's not too fast, it doesn't go wild. It accelerates steadily, I would say. Next one, Das Hammer V1. Nice name. Okay. The car is heavy. It grips nicely. You can feel that downforce. The car is quite stable. I mean, I don't want to say very stable, but it is stable. And again, it cannot take narrow turns. So I had to use handbrake actually for the first time in the game to take that narrow corner. Also, the car is surprisingly dynamic, and I felt confident driving this car. Nice to control. Drifting with this car is, yeah, feels good to drift this car, so I would say it's drift friendly. And yeah, it's actually the kind of car I would like to drive more, in the career. Pretty cool car. I like it. We had Das Hammer V1, now Das Hammer V2. Let's check it out. Sounds about the same. It doesn't feel the same. Right off the bat, this car, Das Hammer V2, is nothing like his bro car, V1. It slips away. It's not stable at all. It feels like it was hovering. However, when you feel the car, all that wildness, the drifting actually could be very effective with this car. But forget about downforce or anything like that. The car doesn't feel light. It's just that it has like no grip. But once again, when you get that idea of this car, it's very... The last drift I took was like, oh, I got it. You can see it. So yeah, the car is pretty wild. But it's not like, no, I'm not gonna drive it. It's actually quite fun to control it, but it requires some understanding. And I like how you can position the car. So it's not easy to control, but it's not out of control. Yeah. After hammers, we got Gorilla. All right. Light, fast, absolutely not easy to control. In my opinion, absolutely not drift friendly, especially for drift noob like moi. Again, I had problems with taking narrow turns and corners. I had to use handbrake, but it didn't help much. It actually can take turns when it goes fast. It's like weird thing I noticed. What else? It feels like I would have to plan every turn before I take it with this car. Once the car is in drift mode, there's no room for like wrong key pulsing, like any mistake, like millisecond mistake and the car is going off the road. I would say it's the difficulty of this car is quite high. If you ever find yourself thinking like, what he's talking about, this car is so easy to control, well, then you're just pro in my book. But me, I don't feel like getting back to this car after this one test. However, like I said, none of these cars and the cars we tried in previous episode are like bad, It's just a matter of your style. What I mean is every car seems to have its own character, Some cars just have like attitude, some are more like calm. And when I say this car is just not for me, it's not for me, it's not bad in general. It felt like I had to say it. Alright, what we have now after Gorilla, Cozy SR2. Oh my goodness, I like this car. I like this car a lot, even though I failed like 2 times because the car is very dynamic. It's heavily dynamic. It's actually nothing like Cozy from Group 4. It's much more stable. It handles really nice. Like I said, heavily dynamic, so it means it's heavy, but it shoots off. When I take like 90 turn, it can just steadily shoot out after taking the turn. And like I said, even though I failed 2 times because the car is just fun, to go fast. Yeah, I like this car a lot. And I will certainly pick it in the career mode. What else I wanted to say? Well, the drifting is quite nice. It was the first time I was driving this car and, you know, right away, drifting, confidence. When I was drifting for the first time, I was like, okay, I get it. I know what to do, you know? And it's easy, it counters well, you know, when it's drifting. So it doesn't bounce off, if it makes any sense, my goodness, but it's just how I feel. The car easily gets a grip and it's also forgiving. So if I make any mistake while I'm drifting, then it's easy to make little corrections and it goes well. Yeah, a very stable car. I like it. And it brakes really good. So that was Cozy SR2. This one's locked. It's Cozy. Why I call it Cozy? Cozy SR71. Now Rotary 3 was my favorite car of group 3. Yes, this one's B7. Let's check it out. Okay, this car is not made for keyboard. It needs analog acceleration and steering. It feels like its front, the car's front, was super large, like hammerhead fish. Let me check. Yes, exactly. It looks and feels like hammerhead fish. So it feels like it had huge and light front, and it's going all over. The front is going all over the place. You cannot just stabilize the car with keyboard, at least. I'm gonna try it, like, for myself. I'm gonna try this car using controller, because it has, I don't like to say that, but the car has a potential. It's so cliche, I know. But yeah, controller. This is my guess, okay? I'm not saying it's controller friendly. It's just my guess. But keyboard, just forget about it. It's just next to impossible to make the car stable on the road. But other than that, the car is feels very light and it's very fast, very fast. I just couldn't hold it. You can see it. I just couldn't hold it straight. So yeah, it was fun. And next, after the hammerhead fish car, Das Hammer V3. Okay, so we got lots of hammers in this group. All right, my first impression after taking a couple turns, I'm like, this car is just a brick on wheels. It turns awfully, it's heavy, it doesn't drift, but when it goes too fast, it's going off the road, right? But then I drove some more and I started to like this car, actually very much. It's very stable, and once again, you kinda have to know how to treat this car. When I started to feel the car started to act just how I wanted. And it felt like the control over the car is just right under my fingertips, you know, because, you know, keyboard and stuff. But yeah, the car is actually quite surprising. At first it feels awful, but then, yeah, I want to play this car in the career. It's my kind of car after a while. And this just proves that, you know, like I said before, like 100,000 million times, there are no bad cars in Art of Rally. It's just different play styles. And it's awesome. It's just, this is why this game is so cool. What we have next? Monster. Let's check this monster out. Hovercraft, I'm guessing. Let's see. Alright, this car just wants to drift. This car is just begging to drift. It would be much better again with analog acceleration, so controller. And it's kinda weird because when I was drifting, the car felt stable. But when I was trying to get out of drifting to just go straight and steadily on the road, the back of the car was kinda slipping away. And it feels like the car slowly accelerates, but after taking a turn, you know, it's just very, very unstable. The car doesn't feel light or heavy. It's, I don't know, balanced. It's like neither heavy nor light. Made for drifting, in my opinion, but at the same time, it feels kinda slow, weirdly. After the monster, we get Cavallo 882. You know, I don't know much about rally, but if you asked me, I would say this is not a rally car. This is a race car. It's like completely, the car feels completely out of place. Might as well, you could drive this car to the mall to do some groceries. I mean, it's just out of place. It's like not made for this, in my opinion. It's of course hovering, so it's a hovercraft type of car. It's more stable, and once again, it would be much better with analog acceleration, so controller. Really, it's just race car. It's good for racing, not really feels good to rally with this car. Yeah, well, it is heavy. It's more stable than other hovercraft type cars in Art of Rally, like in Group 2 we had a couple. But yeah, well, it's a race car. For me, it's a race car, and yeah, it's just out of place. But it's cool. I like the look, and I don't even know what to say. It's just a race car. That's it. All the cars tested. All the unlocked cars tested. So now we can go back to my doubtful career.